Vivek Ramaswamy, one of the Republican candidates for president of the United States, at least in the Republican primary, is probably going to be dropping out of the race fairly soon. Obviously, he is going to come in at best fourth place in Iowa because he's one of, I think, only 4 people left in the race. He's not going to win New Hampshire. He's not going to win any of the states. So he's probably just a few weeks away from dropping out. But he may have bigger problems on his hands. According to a new report from the State Board of Elections in Rhode Island, Vivek Ramaswamy, when he submitted his nominating papers for Rhode Island, the papers that say I've got enough signatures to get my name on your ballot, they found that there was an unusually high amount of dead people who signed this petition, these nominating papers, to get Ramaswamy on the ballot. Now, I don't have to tell you, as I'm sure you know, but dead people can't sign things. Dead people also cannot vote. Dead people are not considered citizens, and therefore you can't submit the names of dead people as part of your nominating process. Now, the Ramaswamy campaign, oh, and by the way, they also found lots of other discrepancies, like lots of non-residents on there as well. So just a lot of fraud, really. I mean, to put it out there using that word, because that is what this is considered, a lot of fraud. Now, Ramaswamy, I will say, he's not the guy that went out there and had people sign these papers. Ramaswamy did not sit there and forge these signatures onto this document. According to the Ramaswamy campaign, they actually had an outside vendor that went out and they did the signatures and they got all that. And they identified, allegedly, the one guy who did all the fraud. And they fired that guy. So, okay, it was these people who did it. And these people were like, okay, it was this guy that did it. And now this guy's fired. So congratulations, you found your very convenient scapegoat to blame everything on the one guy, even though a scheme like this probably takes more than just one dude. But hey, I don't know because I've never done anything on this scale. But it still doesn't matter. Legally speaking, the liability is not going to just rest upon that one particular individual, as it is up to the vendor itself to go ahead and do their due diligence and to double check these names. The state had actually already kind of informed the campaigns that you have to do that step. And then, of course, once the vendor does it, they give it to the campaign. Then the campaign is also supposed to go through and do their due diligence. Clearly, the vendor didn't do it and the campaign didn't do it. So at the very least, you've got some level of negligence here that led to them submitting falsified signatures for his nomination. Now, another problem Ramaswamy may have is, depending on how many fraudulent signatures are on there, he may be rejected. He may not have enough actual, real, living people on the document to be on that Rhode Island ballot. I think he has until Thursday, or maybe it was last Thursday, I don't know, to actually get the real signatures in, so he may not even be on the ballot. Not that any of that matters, because he'll be out of the race long before the voting happens in Rhode Island, but nevertheless, there is some kind of legal liability here, potentially criminal liability, and I don't think this story is over. This is probably just the beginning of it, because submitting fake names to a state board of elections is in fact illegal, and eventually somebody's going to pay the price. And if they're trying to pin it all on one guy, it kind of means that that one guy, if he's not the only guy, gives him a lot of wiggle room to start flipping on other people. Hi everyone, this here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.